Okay, hi everyone. In today's class, we are going to learn about advantages of artificial neural network. Okay, in today's class, we are going to learn about advantages of artificial neural networks. So, if you'll see the first advantage of artificial neural network is storing information on the entire network. So, this artificial neural network is completely it's a architecture, a structure of this one is a like network manner. Okay, here we are having number of nodes, like for example, like it's a graph, one graph. So in that graph, what we have number of nodes, and in between that we have number of edges or connections, isn't it? In the same manner, you are going to you are also having your neural network structure, isn't it? So here the information, whatever the information is used into neural network, that information should be stored on the entire network itself. For this purpose, we are not going to use a database. Okay, at each and every node, we are going to use some storing information repositories. Not only each and every node, but here we are going to use decentralized memory. It's not a centralized memory. So that is the one of the advantage. What is the need to store the information within that network? In the sense, here in artificial neural network, every day for every situations, it need to study the past work or past experiences. Based on that past work or past experiences only, it is going to take a decision on current situation, isn't it? It needs to recollect every time about a situation. It needs a logical thinking on some situation. So for that, and also based on that previous experiences, it needs to take the decisions. That's why, because of this reason, the data should be stored network itself, within the network. That is the one of the advantage of the artificial neural network, storing of the information on entire network. Right. Coming to the second one, ability to work with incomplete knowledge. If something has been missed in that particular data, even though it is worked on that particular data, and it will produce some kind of outputs based on the available data. That is the second advantage. Okay, sometimes with small information only, we are going to do some works as a human beings. Okay, for example, if you want to go to a post office, okay, how you will go? You don't know exact location of your post office. Post office means, then also you are ready to go, and you want to find out the address. At the end of the day, you want to reach that post office, isn't it? Whatever the information available with you, by using that, by taking that, you are going to finish your activity. You want to reach your destination. So that is the capacity of a human being. Okay, so in the same manner, our artificial neural network is also worked. If it has only half of the knowledge about some situation or something, then also it will work on that particular data. Based on that only, it will produce a results here. That is the second advantage, right? Third one is having fault tolerance, which means, suppose if any kind of faults would occur, it can be handled itself. That may be hardware problems, that may be software problems. Any kind of problems would occur while working. Okay, So this artificial neural network has a capability of correction of that faults. So whenever it would correct the faults itself, automatically the performance of that particular system is increased, isn't it? So that is the one of the advantage of artificial neural network. Okay, it has the capability of fault tolerance, which means error detection and error correction, identifying of errors, and automatically how to detect those kind of errors while working with some jobs, isn't it? And coming to the next one, fourth one, having a distributed memory. Already we have discussed about this one in first point itself. Okay, it's not a centralized memory. It is a distributed memory. So distributed memory here, whenever we'll go for a distributed memory concept, we may have multiple number of advantages on this distributed memory, right? We can protect the data from failures. That is one of the reasons. Second one is only the data is split into multiple places now, so automatically the workload burden is also reduced on single system. Okay, so this kind of advantages would be given by artificial neural network, isn't it? And coming to a next one, gradual correction. Gradual correction means if something went wrong, okay, while working with that system, automatically it would be corrected that slowly, not immediately. It won't take any kind of decisions fastly. It will correct the work, okay, slowly, where the problem the problem has happened, how to overcome that, okay, how to handle that in a smooth manner. In such a way, it is going to address the problems. Next one is ability to train machines. So artificial neural network has the ability to train the machine. Even artificial intelligence also same. Here we are giving just in artificial intelligence or in artificial neural network, we are going to add some intelligence to the missions, isn't it? Add or create intelligence to the missions. So here this so automatically that missions would train themselves, okay, based on a situation, which kind of decisions it need to take, and how it would be work based on the situations and actions, like that. And last advantage is it has a parallel processing ability. Parallel processing ability in the sense at a time it can handle multiple tasks, isn't it? Whenever if it doesn't have this parallel processing ability means, okay, it's not worked like a human being brain, isn't it? A human can think, can work on multiple situations or multiple jobs, isn't it? At a time, he may think parallelly about two or more than one situation, isn't it? Some max times, but only one or two times means he'll be concentrated on only one or two things. But he has the capability to think parallelly. At the same time, the same thing is apted to a artificial neural network. Parallel processing ability, parallel processing of data. Then only it would give the results fastly, isn't it? These are the advantages of artificial neural network. Now, next slide, we are going to learn the disadvantages of artificial neural network. Here we are having 5 number of disadvantages are there. Coming to the first one, hardware dependence. So whatever the things we have developed, so that is completely dependent on hardware itself, isn't it? The artificial neural network requires some processors with, so here we are in need of processors with parallel processing capability. See, so hardware dependence means here, if you want to develop or if you want to develop artificial neural networks, you are in need of some processors with parallel processing power. Okay, so completely the structure would be depend on a hardware. If some hardware failures occurs, so the total work is stopped. That is one of the disadvantage. Now we are working with our computer or otherwise with our mobile. If some hardware issue is raised, means we can't work with that gadgets, isn't it? So in the same manner, here also the hardware fails, automatically our total works are stopped. So such kind of manner is called a hardware dependent. So this total overall structure is a hardware dependent one, isn't it? Not only this, any gadget, right? And coming to the second point, unexplained functioning of the network. This is the second one, unexplained functioning of the network. It is the most important problem of artificial neural network. When ANN gives a problem solution, it does not give a clue as to why and how. This reduces the trust on the network. Okay, we are going to supply some problem. Okay, we are going to give something to a artificial network. So how it is going to work internally inside, we don't know. How it is going to work on that particular input. Here, suppose we are giving some input to that particular ANN unit. How it is going to function that data exactly, we don't know. Okay, so how it is going to work, why it takes such kind of decisions, we don't know. It may be a different, the results may be different. Okay, for one situation to other situations. How it is working, how it is functioning internally, why it is functioning like that, we don't know exactly. Okay, in our if you observe, for example, if you observe your friends, they'll take different kind of decisions based on situations. How they are taking and why they are taking such kind of decisions, we don't know until unless we'll feel that situations practically. Okay, we can't guess which kind of decisions they make and based on what, we don't know exactly, isn't it? Such kind of things also happened in this ANN. Next one is assurance of proper network structure. So it has some proper network structure, isn't it? But a human being brain doesn't have a proper network exactly. But here we are showing some proper network architecture, which means this is the input, this is the functioning unit which is going to calculate, and this is the output. Like that, we are having some proper network structures in ANN, like mesh network. If you will observe mesh network, every node connected with that another node, isn't it? Okay, so like that, here where we know the exactly the network structure of artificial neural network. Okay, this is one of the disadvantage. And coming to the next one, the difficulty of showing the problem to the network. So if suppose some situations we can't give as input to our system. Okay, if something is going on in front of us, it's not possible to give such kind of situations immediately to the to our artificial neural network. If it is a human being, means he can understand what's going on and how it is going on, why it is going on, something. But in some situations, for artificial intelligence, it's impossible to show the problem. Okay. And coming to the next one, the duration of the network is unknown. Okay. For decision making, how much of time this network is needed, we don't know that. Okay. If suppose sometimes every day we are executing some programs, isn't it? C programs, Java programs, and some projects, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We don't know exact time. Sometimes we can't measure the exact compilation time and run time of a single program, isn't it? In the same manner, okay, here also we don't know the exact duration time of a problem. These are the different disadvantages of artificial neural network. And now this is our second concept in artificial neural network, that is model of ANN. So this model of ANN has one diagram. In this diagram, how the ANN will be worked and what is the some what we call model or some architecture of ANN. We may call some architecture of ANN here. In this, always we are going to, it has some three layers. First one is input layer. Second one is this part, complete part is hidden layer, and this is the output layer. So here we are having in this model three kinds of layers. We can observe here. First one is input, second one is hidden, third one is output. From the input layer, we are going to supply the input to a function, I mean hidden layer. So how the inputs now this total network is receives the input from input layer itself, which is the information from the external world. The information in the form of either patterns or in the form of images. So what is the input we are going to apply this into this model? We are going to supply into this model is that input data may be in the form of either images or patterns or something we are going to give. After that, okay, this inputs in the form of x1, it is it is represented by using x1, x2, x3 and xm. So this each and every input has its corresponding weights. Those are w1, w2, w3 and wm. Okay. So these weights are the information. What are these weights? These weights are the information used by the neural network to solve a problem. If you want to solve a problem through a neural network, actually this is the exact function. This is the part of neural network. Okay. This part is the functioning unit of a neural network. Okay. So whatever the data you are supplying through the input, based on the data only, it would be calculated the things. mean, it would be analyze the things, isn't it? So if you want to analyze the input based on the weights only, it's possible, isn't it? If you have input values, then only it would be calculated. Otherwise, it's impossible, isn't it? So these weights are applied to this function unit. So for this, how it is going to calculate this function unit, how it is going to work? So if you'll see here, what is the net input here? The net input y input equal to summation of, okay, xi into wi. So what is the xi? Xi is a notation which is used for input x1, x2, x3, xn. These are the n number of inputs which are going to supply to this neural network. Okay, neural network function. So these are the number of inputs, and followed by, what is the wi here? Followed by weights of each and every input. So that should be calculated in this format. Y input equal to x1 into w1 plus x2 into w2 plus x3 into w3 and so on. Okay, this function is done by this unit. Clear? Like this, the ANN would be worked. If you'll see the next slide, our next slide is also having the working of a ANN, same, but here you are having a small word is different, that is W. Oh, sorry, not W, it's B. Bias. B in the sense bias. If you will observe this diagram, the same inputs x1, x2, x3, xn, a number of inputs followed by some weights of each and every input w1, w2, w3. This is up to this is the input layer. After this is functioning unit. Finally, you have output layer, isn't it? But in this model here, we have applied one more input. That input name is bias, BIAS, bias. Okay. So what is this bias? What is the purpose of the bias here? Means actually, whenever the y, in previous slide we have discussed about y input equal to x1 into w1 plus x2 into w2 and so on, isn't it? Whenever these input would give the results of 0, at that time here we are going to supply the bias value, okay, to that network. How the bias value will be calculated? See, xi into wi plus bias. Always we won't get the result of 0 for every kind of situation. Okay, we won't get the result of 0. So to overcome, I mean to do that, okay, if this x1 w1 x2 w2 x3 w2 would give the result of 0, then also here always the bias value we are going to supply is 1. So automatically the result of this unit, this particular network is non-zero value only. Okay, that is the importance of bias here, right? Okay, this is about model of artificial network.